do I want a lifestyle business or do I want to grow a business, a corporation, a company? Right. And it's a big question when I talk to photographers, when I talk to business owners. Are we at a, lifestyle business, or are we looking to build a corporation, a company, leaderships, teams of people? That's a different person. That's a different company. That's a different structure. And there's no wrong either way. But today, most people in small businesses in the world are actually doing under $1 million in business that actually run the world economy. And most are very small businesses under $1 million. That's very small, right? But most are doing under $1 million, and under $1 million isn't a big company. And I tell people, like, would you want a $10 million business doing 5% profit margin and having losses and dealing with the investors? Or do you want to have a $250,000 business with 80% profit margins, have free time and have the flexibility and make a decision that you want to? Because ultimately, you could probably make the same amount of money doing a $250,000 a year business versus $1 million business. And then they meet me, I meet them, and I'm talking about this photography project. And I would fly around the country and meet everybody and talk to everybody one-on-one. And I would explain the vision of what's going to happen, where we're going to be, and what's next. And I would share that vision with them. Well, that's just who I was. But they never experienced that before at that sort of level. That's what got them excited, to the point where they didn't even ask how much money they were going to make. It almost didn't matter, because of the excitement, the vision, the passion. This is where they wanted to be. This was the space they wanted to be. And not knowingly, that's who I was. And was part of my success of growing the business, of that leadership and creating that vision and finding the right people that wanted to fill these roles, to be a photographer at these little venues that we had. But that came naturally who I was. And over time, I didn't realize the words that I was saying that made such an impact with a lot of people.